Welcome to Unfiltered Hummingbird. I am your host, Camellia. Hey, we're going to unpack some questions, interview some guests, have a little fun together. Come on, let's get to it. It's Kindness Week. Have you been kind? Have you been kind to someone? Tell me about it. Do you know, let me tell you some things I found out about kindness. Now, kindness is something that I want to incorporate, and I am very intentional about incorporating kindness into my life, into who I am, into what I do. I want to show kindness to anyone that I encounter that crosses my path. So let's just start. Like I said, Kindness Week. This is November 13th through the 17th, 18th. Let's just make it a way of life. Kindness, just to be kind. So what is kind? Okay, so it's not just being nice. Most of us say just being nice to everybody. But what about something else? What about a different definition? You know, because niceness, that kind of implies that you're agreeable to someone's behavior, your niceties of life, and you're nice with your language, with your tongue, and your demeanor. But kindness is a genuine, sincere way of giving your time and intention to someone else through compassion, time, generosity, and the care for the betterment of helping others. Now that's a definition out of Bennett Passmore in 2019. That's a definition that they gave. So kindness can be shown in a lot of different ways. And one of the most important things that kindness does, in my opinion, is that not only are we being kind, genuinely and sincerely and intentionally to others, but as we are kind to others, it's also helping us. Yes. Okay, y'all, this is like my secret weapon here. This is like my thing. If you're having one of your moments, one of them valley moments, one of them, them ebbs and flow type moments where you just like, yeah, that moment, the quickest way out of it is to be kind and help someone else. Did you get that? Be kind and help someone else. Because do you know, while you're being kind to someone else and helping someone else, you're no longer thinking about what's going on in your life. So kindness is like being unselfish, right? Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. It's never giving up. Never giving up of making someone else's day. Isn't that a concept? What about if you got up every day and you said, you know what? I want to be good to someone else. I want to make someone's day. Oh my goodness, that is a life so exciting and adventurous because there's so many ways that you can what? Make someone's day. And just never give up on that. Let that be one of your goals. One of. Not the only. It could be your only goal. Because as you're focusing on being good and being kind to someone else, it takes your mind off of you, about what's going on with you. And not to negate self-care. Because we do need self-care. But I want to give to you that as we're helping and being kind to someone else, it is helping us. It is. So, I was reading out of the Berkeley Well-Being, and they gave some really good benefits about being kind. So, they suggest that being kind increases your happiness. It does. If you do something good for somebody and you see how happy it makes them? I mean, it's shown kindness is shown to increase the well being, increase the mood of others. And you know what? It gives off these positive emotions, these positive feelings, this love. So you become like a lover of others, you know, right? Okay, and then back to what I read on Berkeley Wellbeing. It says that they show that being kind boosts social relationship. You can develop a genuine connection. I met a lady in a grocery store. Just being kind, I was just talking to her. And do you know now, me and that little lady, we talk. Every time I go to the grocery store, I on purpose, intentionally go through her line and just talk to her, see how she's doing. She's become part of my social relationship because I was kind. Now, one important thing that I thought was really good when you're talking about kindness is that it promotes oxytocin. So, oxytocin is like this love hormone, right? And it's a hormone that supports self-esteem. It makes us feel joy and improves our heart health by reducing stress, according to Verona Murphy and Breslin in 2018. Come on, y'all. How many of y'all said you need to improve your health? We're all talking about being healthy. Yes. So if you just start making it a habit of being kind, that's going to help you. It should, and it can, if you're genuine and authentic. Because when you're thinking of others, you're humble, you're preferring others, and you're trusting, you're positive, and you're looking at them, looking around the world, your world, to see what you can do to help someone else. And when I mean help, when I refer to help, I'm thinking of kindness, because remember, this is kindness week and could possibly be a whole new revelation of being kind, regardless, not just a week, but wherever and whenever, right? So when you're being kind, it reduces depressive moods. Being kind to others can help you feel more self-confident and energetic, and it can elevate your mood. Remember, I said this is like my secret weapon. If I'm feeling down, I'm going to try to be kind and help someone else. So, another thing I found, I was watching this video by Random Acts of Kindness, and they talked about kindness starts with you. It starts with us, right? If you do something kind for someone, it becomes contagious. Because Maya Angelou said, people will never forget how you made them feel. Not what you said, but how you made them feel. Think about it. I mean, someone could, my precious grandma, she didn't have to say a lot. But if I sat right next to her and rubbed on her shoulder or rubbed on her arm, that was speaking volumes. That was like this invisible shield of love that came around me. It wasn't what she said. It was how she made me feel. Right? So kindness expressed can sometimes just be being there, being present, right? Being present in that moment. Because sometimes it's not about what you say. It's not words. Because sometimes there are situations when someone's lost someone, there's been a terrible accident. Sometimes words just do not express your love and your gratitude. Sometimes just you being present, being there, makes the difference. It's not about a call. It's not about a text. It's about being present, being there. Simple, right? So let's work on that. Being present is another way to be kind. And I'm not talking about be present and then you're on your phone the whole time, or you're taking a call, or you're doing something, your busyness with life. No, being present is being present right there with that person. If you're going to see someone who's lost someone or who's sick, being present is right there, looking in their eyes, rubbing their hand, talking to them, or sometimes just sitting in the room, not saying a word. All right? Being kind to one another. All right? So think about this. Here's a challenge. Here's your call to action. Next time you go to the grocery store or the store or to get gas, because we all do this, right? Smile. Smile at the attendants. Say hi. How you doing? And when you say how you doing, please wait for the answer. Don't say hi, how you doing, and keep on going. Run it. Do a test. Go somewhere and say, hi, how you doing to someone, and see if they wait for the answer. I'm telling you, half of the people that you do that to, they will keep going. Think about it. I mean, just do it. It's gonna be funny. And then you're gonna be more mindful about when you do it. You're gonna be more mindful when you do it. So we're still talking about being kind to someone else. But I want to go back and I want to talk about when we're kind to others, we have to include ourselves in that. We have to be kind to ourselves. We have to speak kindly to ourselves. We have to be intentional about how we speak to ourselves, because that is going to be one of the loudest voices in us. Look at yourself, and when you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? Speak kind to yourself. And when you're kind to yourself, that means that you show grace, you show yourself mercy, you show yourself as someone who is hopeful and someone who is humble and content. Speak kind, be kind to yourself. So think about all the things that you would do kind. You would have random acts of kindness to other people. Do that to yourself as well. Don't leave yourself out of it. Speak kind words over your life. Tell yourself you look good today. Not what you don't have. Don't tell yourself what you don't have. You already know what you don't have. Tell yourself what you have and be grateful for the things that you do have. Because I heard someone say, someone will take your hand, your life, and win with it. So guess what? Let's win at our life. Whatever our life is, whatever our sphere of influence is, let's take that and win with it by, first of all, being kind to ourselves and then being kind to others. So Camellia, come on, give me some ideas of how I can be kind. If you need some ideas on how to be kind, let me help you out here. Let's talk about it. Some ways to be kind. And I got this list, y'all, from Berkeley Wellbeing site. So you can, I mentioned about having a warm smile. I love the smile. Have you ever noticed that sometimes when you smile at people, it shocks them? And then it seems like they feel forced to smile back, or sometimes they don't even smile back because they're so shocked that you smiled. Try smiling. Hold the door open for people who are walking behind you. That's not only kind, that's just being respectful. That's just what you're supposed to be doing. Be there to listen to someone. Sometimes, remember what I said, just being present? Sometimes it's not about you just giving your advice and your opinion about things. Sometimes just listening. Being present and listening. Another thing, another act, a random act, is giving a genuine compliment. Picking up the trash for someone, If you see that your coworker, both of y'all like coffee, get in their coffee if you know how they like coffee. For those coffee people, I'm a coffee person. I like just fresh brewed coffee, good fresh brewed coffee. I don't have to have the specialty cream. All I just want some fresh brewed coffee with a little half and half, a little sugar, and love it, love it, love it. So being nice, thinking, preferring someone else, you know, let someone else in your lane. Oh, those drivers. What if we were kind on the road? Instead of having road rage, we have kindness, love expressed with our driving. When you see someone trying to get over, let them get over in the lane. You know, wouldn't that be a phenomenon? Let's try that. Let someone else in. Offer up your seat. For someone, if there's a lot of people are standing up, offer up your seat. Let someone else sit down. Buy some food for someone who's outside the store, or for someone next in line behind you. Pick up something from the store for someone else who's having trouble getting out. Check on your neighbors. If you see that someone's having short on the grocery line, or your neighbors, put some change, give them some change if you have people who have cash on them. Say thank you more often. Please and thank you. Write a card, handwritten card to someone. We've gotten away from that, but I love to see handwritten cards. I love those because it was intentional. Someone took the time to handwrite a card, sign. We only nowadays we see a lot of digital signatures, but what about a handwritten card, a handwritten signature to say I love you? Oh, for my servers, tip your servers well. Tip them well. Tip them well. They work hard. Tip them well. Donate books. That's another way of being kind. Water flowers. Be kind to your flowers. I love fresh flowers and plants. Water plants. Give a plant to someone. Ask someone how they're doing. Be intentional about how they're doing. Hello. Say hello to your neighbors. Make a donation to your church. Volunteer. Send a love text message. Make a call. Have someone hear your voice. Here's another thing about being kind. Thinking before you speak. Don't just fly off the mouth with anything. Take a moment to think about something before you say it. Think about your audience and be kind with your words. Spend time with people you care about. These are just different ways to be kind. Be a little bit more patient. Share your recipes. If you know you've cooked something and someone said they really like it, share your recipe. I did that with some Simon croquettes. Ooh, who are my country listeners? Oh my gosh, I love Simon croquette. It was something that my grandma fixed, my mom fixed, my dad fixed. And baby, these Simon croquettes are so good. And I made them for one of our family gatherings. And I had some friends that say, you got to give me the recipe. It was so good. And guess what? I didn't just hear that. I followed up and I did it. Random act of kindness. And when I responded, they was like, thank you for keeping your promise. I didn't know it was a promise, but I said, oh yeah, I'll give you the recipe. You know how we casually say things? Remember how I said, think about before you say it? I casually said, oh yeah, I'll give you the recipe. But no, I was intentional. I took the time and wrote out that recipe and sent it to them. Check on your loved ones. And one of my biggest ones, and I'm going to leave you with this one, is say you love someone more often. Say it. Don't just assume, oh, they know I love them. No. Tell them. Tell them that you love them. Don't let a day go by that you don't say, you know what? I love you. A moment go by. Because guess what? You don't know. No one knows the moment, the time, how much time you have. But guess what? Take advantage of the moment. Don't let a minute or a moment go by that you do not acknowledge and tell your loved ones how much you love them. Let them know how much you love them. So, I've given you some tips that I pulled from Berkeley Wellbeing about how to be kind. giving you some different concepts, some different ideas about how to be kind, not only to others, but to yourself. Let's make kindness a way of life, giving others hope and hope beyond what you see. All right, that's all we have for today. Join me next time on Unfiltered Hummingbird. I am your host, Camellia. Until then, have a blessed day.